Dear friends and organizers for the Economist Conference, dear Prime Ministers of Kosovo and Montenegro, my friends, Sir Peach, United Kingdom, Speech Envoy to the Western Balkan, dear George. Russia's military aggression against Ukraine, unfortunately, showed in the most explicit way how important the stability of Southeastern Europe is. This stability can only be ensured through strong ties of friendship and trust between the countries of the region based on the European values. And when I mention values, the war in Ukraine, apart from being unprovoked, unjustified, and a serious violation of international law, it is an expression of, and it is about the clash of concepts of values. On one side is the Western, the democratic concept that stands behind the stability and the security. And on the another side is the aggressive, the invasive regime, the violent and undemocratic concept that deserve all critics and sanctions. North Macedonia is one of the first countries that complied with the European Union's security policy and introduced sanctions against Russia as a sign of condemnation of the military aggression against Ukraine. It is an act of moral choice and decision of North Macedonia as an independent state, as a NATO member, and as a candidate country for European Union membership. It is our moral obligation and for the sake of respecting and sharing European values. A lot of institutions and people from North Macedonia help to Ukrainian people in a variety of ways. I also help personally through Zaev Foundation, One Society for All, with food for Ukrainian people in Odessa. When we need to talk about the implication of the war in Ukraine, we need to see the perspective of the European Union as a European project with a vision of lasting peace, democracy, and security. The war in Ukraine has put the European Union as a project for lasting peace and prosperity, economic development and common market in front of serious challenges. It is a challenge that is not remembered and that no one expected after the terrible consequences of the Second World War. The European Union and Europe are facing a serious threat to security and stability. Therefore, in these uncertain times, it is encouraging to see all the benefits of NATO and the European Union unity in the response to Russia's military aggression against Ukraine, including important steps to strengthen the defense capabilities of the eastern wing of the alliance. An additional benefit of the joint European Union and NATO responses to Russia's military aggression is the alliance's open door policy. On the other hand, at this moment, it is a big challenge to talk about the outcome of the crisis for the global economy, especially due to the fact that this economic war has turned into a war for energy and food, two extremely sensitive and significant aspects that require an appropriate response. The war is a fail for the humanity, especially in the 21st century, when the failure of diplomatic efforts and the unlearned lessons of history are reasons for human sacrifices and personal tragedies. The outcome will depend on how far the invasion goes and how long it lasts. And it seems that even for these issues, the only answer is solidarity, partnership, and establishing a new balance, especially when it comes to the energy aspects of the crisis. The global consequences felt by the entire world required urgent joint coordination in order to diversify the energy supply and to strengthen energy security independence as it becomes obvious that energy is becoming a security issue. I believe that these days, North Macedonia and the European Union are making a historic step forward. The latest proposal of the French presidency is a good basis for North Macedonia to start the negotiation process, which for all member countries begins with an intergovernmental conference and with screening, that is, with an overview of all details in all the chapters in which we need to comply with European standards. North Macedonia has made many difficult decisions in the past few years. The country delivered peace and stability to the region and to Europe, along with the important and difficult reforms in our country. Therefore, we are much sure and we strongly believe it is a historical justified that we are asking and we are getting the start of negotiation with European Union after 17 years waiting, with our Macedonian language and identity recognized and confirmed. For the citizens of North Macedonia, that is a strong step toward fulfilling the second strategic priority after NATO membership. Therefore, on this occasion, I underline that the strategic interest of North Macedonia is to immediately start the negotiation for membership with the European Union. I believe that is also a strategic decision of the European Union because there is no bigger and more effective decisions to strengthen the stability of the region of Southeastern Europe than the opening of the European Union accession process for North Macedonia and Albania without any further delay.